Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Yo, what happened with the Jackie Robinson statue?
Basically, some punk or punks, they scrawled racial slurs, put a swastika on Pee Wee Reese's side, and the N-word on Jackie Robinson's side. There's a statue of the famous Jackie Robinson and Pee Wee Reese hug outside the Brooklyn Cyclones, which is the New York Mets farm team.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, there's like a big brouhaha over it.
I heard
one
they
of the Mets
removed it.
Yeah, they removed the slurs and just it's punks.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Did anybody? Are they close to? Do they have any leads or anybody in custody for that?
Not yet.
Yeah, like they're going to try.
Yeah. I want to know how they were able to do that without being caught anyway. Isn't this the age of cameras? Like, there's cameras fucking everywhere.
That is true. You think?
Where it's located at is, they say it wasn't no cameras there, where it's located at.
I tell you, one thing about, like, I don't know, Mark, probably, you've been seeing how I've been going back and forth with people trying to come at us, right?
Yeah.
People trying to come at you? With what?
Well, just coming at black folks or whatever. I find it kind of hilarious because it just shows how insecure these motherfuckers are. I love dissecting their little false like arguments and stuff. Like I remember when the Trayvon Martin thing happened. All of a sudden, white people became concerned about black on black crime. You notice that?
Yeah, just to dissipate that energy of, oh shit, this is getting serious out here.
Yeah, now all of a sudden they're concerned about the black community. They're like, oh, you guys are killing each other more than we kill you. And I said, well, I noticed y'all didn't say that when O.J. got off.
Exactly, and they actually
when O.J. got off, you wasn't saying, well, I'm not going to be mad at black people because white people kill white people 84% more than black people do. Nobody said that shit.
Nope.
And the thing the ring that really shows you how full of shit they are is that they hate both Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. One was saying we don't need to be around you and need to get our own thing started, and you hate him. One was saying we need to be with you and integrate with you and get things, and work together, and you hate him too. So which one is it?
There's no logic. There's no logic to be had with these kind of people.
Yeah, you figure that if you hate black folks so much, you would be the biggest Marcus Garvey fan they got going.
Well, let me ask you this, Holla. You know about Riley Cooper, right?
Refresh my memory.
That's the white football player from the Eagles who yelled out,
comfortable in his element.
The N-word, said he would fight every nigga in the Philadelphia stadium at a Kenny Chesney concert.
A country concert.
No,
in
I have
his
no
element,
idea
like
who you're talking about.
Huh?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, I'm gonna send you the link, but he said that. And then the next day, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Why do you think?
Why
do you think that they make it such an issue about the quote unquote N-word? It's because they want to say it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They want to say it. It's like why would you? That's like why would you make an issue about something that you're not amped up about saying? Why? It's like, do you have this hunger or this need to say nigga? So you want justification for doing it?
Pretty much.
They want to be down.
I should be able to say. Even Bill O'Reilly said, "Well, I should be able to say it too."
Okay, Bill. Say
like you. And the crazy part about it is, like, you don't say it. You already saying it. You just ain't saying it on the air.
Well, or you ain't saying it in public to where you know you're gonna get touched.
Exactly.
The moral of that is that you know, that'll bring out a bigger debate. But I do. It goes back to kind of what I said earlier in the conversation. That, you know, we have to know our history. Again, trust you me, I do believe that we have to stop allowing them to run that excuse because we use it. You know, I just do. Again, it goes back to what I was saying before, is that a matter of respect to ourselves, and we give them that crutch because they do want to say it. They want to say it openly, and their crutch is because we use it. And then we go back even further than that, is that what it meant or what it does to our ancestors, because what it meant to them. So that's what I think we need to pay homage to. We got to look beyond just ourselves. We got to look back to the people that it affected and how it affected them. So that's why sometimes I try to curb it and get conscious, you know, because we do know what it means, and it doesn't have the same effect that it did maybe 30 years ago or 40 years ago, but it does resonate something within them because they had to deal with it. When they heard that word, you know, it normally meant that it was going to be a problem from somebody else. So we have to get conscious about our own self. We can't worry too much about them. We have to understand what it meant to us and our community. And I'll just leave that at that.
But you know,
hello?
Just to build on what you said, is we have like one of the things that we have in our culture, especially Africans here in America, is we take the worst of what they give us and then we transform it. We've done it with everything. We've done it with language. We've done it with food. We've done it with dress. It's like we take bad crap and make it into delicacies. And I think that's what, like, I've kind of transformed on my way of thinking on the whole N-word thing, because words within themselves are harmless. Like the words, any word, what makes a word have impact is the context. Like, I'll give you an example. You got some brothers and they walking down the street and they see some other brothers that they know, and they go up, slap each other 5, give each other a hug, and say, "Yo, what's up, my nigga?" That's the context that the word is being used in. Now, you got a black man walking down the street, and he gets approached by some dudes with a Confederate flag, and they say, "Yo, nigga, where you going?" That's a different context. It's not the same thing. The way that the word is being used is different depending on the context that it's being used in. So I think people concentrate too much on the word itself and not the context of the word and what the spirit behind what the person who used. That's why when a brother in the street, like I know some people get offended if they get called the nigga. But if I'm seeing a brother that I haven't seen in a while, and he comes up to me and says, "Yo, what's up, my nigga?" I'm not going, whoa, slow down, brother. I'm not no nigga over here. That's stupid.
No, you wouldn't do it.
Insulting me. He's obviously not having any malice in his heart when he says it to me. So what am I making an issue about it for?
Why is it that the African American culture is the only culture that does that with the words that is the meaning to their society?
That's not true, though.
That's not true.
Jews would call each other kike in a minute. Faggots, homosexuals call each other faggot all the time.
Yeah,
it's not true.
Definitely. Italians call each other guinea.
If you're not in that culture, you wouldn't know it. But those of us who are exposed to multiculturals, we are privy to that information. But to expand on what the brother was saying is that, like I said,
that's the reason because we are privy to that information because I don't hear Chinese people do it to each other. I don't hear.
They do.
Right.
They call each other
the thing. Let the man get his point. Let the man get his point. I want to hear what he's trying to go with that.
I don't hear Asian people do that to each other. I don't hear Germans. I don't hear Italians.
Oh, Lord. The Italians do it all the time.
Really?
Oh, okay, but what you have to understand is that the bigger picture in that is that those nationalities weren't oppressed. So
right.
when you go to that, you can't compare that whole thing. The thing I'm trying to get out of it is that mind elevation. You know, as the brother just he went into the context. Well, it's not only the context, because if another brother come up on me and approaches me, and I know what type of context, whether it's greeting me or whether he has a beef with me, and he uses the N word, I'm gonna get mad at the dude that's coming at me to try to do me harm. I'm gonna get furious at him. But if the one that comes at me, you know, open arms and, you know, greeting me, it's not a big deal. Like I said, I gotta look. My mind elevation is telling me that I have to look at it about the people that it affected before me. That's where I want to try to get our mindset to go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I mean,
we can't be selfish.
I'm sure there's I'm sure, for example, I'm sure there's an Asian word that equates to nigger. Mm-hmm. But do Asian people, do they greet each other using that word?
I don't think it's comparable. It's
right.
comparable. I really don't.
You can't go
cultural context though.
You can't continue to pair the two, because those people weren't oppressed. And like the brother said, we changed cultures. I mean, the hip hop culture changed the world. So when we sit up there, we made bad good. What
right.
other nationality or culture that does that? We transcend everything. We transcend fashion. They want to do what we do, but they can't because they're not innovative at us.
So you're saying that oppression, because we've been oppressed, that's part of the equation?
It's a part of the equation. All right, you know what? Let me give you an example. We were given in slavery the scraps. We were given the bad meat, the bad food.
Oh, no.
What happened was
I agree, because, yes, we have...
But wait, let me finish my point. We took the bad food and we made it into a delicacy. So much to the point...
Let me finish.
So much to the point that white folks started peeping into where the slaves was cooking to try to get some of the food. And that's the equivalent of what's going on with the N-word right now. You gave us something... You gave us something that you felt was defining us and making us, degrading us, and we took it and turned it into something else. So now you want to come back to it and revisit it for your own purposes. That's all that's going on.
Right,
it's the same thing.
Right. But again, as I said, as I'm trying to say is that we have to be conscious about those that it affects prior to us.
I agree. Because I doubt very seriously if the same brothers throwing around the N-word do that in front of their mother and their grandmother. I know I don't.
Again, in this society, like we were speaking about before with the no respect, I mean, you know, it is rampant out here. It's really rampant. But the moral of that is that each person, the light bulb has to come on for their own growth. Now, you have to do the self-inventory and where you're at with the world. You know, again, I'm not going to sit up here and say that I don't use it, I haven't used it, but my conscience is trying to eliminate that excuse for them to use it. Because if a Caucasian person comes, or anybody outside of my nationality or my race that uses it towards me, I'm going to get aggressive with it. Because
of course.
It brings something out of me. But I can't use that as a cop-out to say that it's the context that you're saying it, because I know that it's always not a greeting from another brother, because some brother want to do me harm and use that same word. So the thing is, again, I want to make a personal choice by trying to elevate and understand my whole community, because I have elders that I want to respect as well. And for what they went through, as we were talking about earlier, for what they went through when they heard that word, it normally meant something bad was going to happen. So that's why they are offended by that, and I have to respect that. So my own conscience is why I choose to try to be more conscious about using the word.
I agree with you. Okay. Can I just make one point before we move on to something else? I think like the perfect way to look at this is the way I'll use Richard Pryor as an example. Because my opinion is the word itself is never going to go away until you get rid of what the word represents. As long as niggas exist, niggas going to be used.
How about that?
Richard Pryor, when he went to Africa, he had he went to Africa and he was just there enjoying the place and being around the people and whatever. And he said to himself after a couple of weeks there, why haven't you said nigger? And he said to himself, because there are none. And he went and he said it blew his mind because he's like, he was there for 2 weeks and never uttered the word nigger. Now Richard Pryor, who was the nigger man, didn't utter the word nigger. Why? Because there was no need to. And it wasn't like he made a conscious effort to do it. It was unconscious because he wasn't surrounded by that mentality. He wasn't surrounded by people who looked at themselves in a negative way. People were controlling it. Like he had pilots that flew him to Africa was black. Everybody that was around him was African. So we concentrate too much on the word. We need to concentrate on what that word represents. And until we eliminate that, it's like a girl who's going around, she slept with your brother, she slept with everybody in your building in the football team, but we can't call her a hoe.
You mean J-Lo? Oh, sorry about that.
Oh.
You get called a hoe because you're doing hoe things. So that's just my take on it.